Well, it's an interesting night of football here in the Twin Counties. Welcome into your Week 9 post-game report. Josh Walfish alongside Foster Lander. And Foster, I called it interesting because there was some police activity at your games. There were a lot of surprises at my game. It was crazy. I think the only thing that really went to plan was Tarboro beating up on Rocky Mount Prep. But we'll leave the Vikings aside for a second. We'll go to the Griffons hosting Wilson Hunt, a big game in the Big East. And Griffon's a major victory for them.
It was, and I talked to Coach Jason Battle after the game, and it had reminded him a little bit of that Southwest Edgecombe game last year when they had a bunch of penalties. Griffons lost that game. They had over 100 yards in penalties tonight, but they found a way to get it done. They ran the ball well enough and survived the fourth quarter comeback from the Warriors.
Well, they get Wilson Fike next week, another big test for the Griffons. I was in Pine Tops to see Southwest Edgecombe suffer its first defeat of the season, and oh boy, was it bad. Washington comes in, puts a spanking on them, 53-13, two miscues on punts in the first quarter. Game's not even 10 minutes old, and already the Cougars are down 26-0. And it did not get much better. Marcus Williams had a nice run. He ended with 131 yards for the Cougars. Quantellis Norwood back in the end zone. He caught a 40-yard touchdown pass, but there were just a lot of miscues for Southwest Edgecombe, and quite frankly, the injuries probably have finally caught up with the Cougars. Elsewhere in Edgecombe County, as I mentioned, Tarboro, a 57-8 win over Rocky Mount Prep. North Edgecombe falls at Riverside Martin. But Foster, we'll turn to you back to the Big East. Southern Nash, Northern Nash, two teams that had good results first week, but the Firebirds were in control fully tonight.
I don't think it really surprised anybody. Northern coach Randy Raper had said that it looked like they were kind of the deer in the headlights. They went down big to start that game and never really could recover. Northern Nash does not have enough offense to be able to fight back from going down to Southern Nash like that.
Exactly, and great job for the Firebirds to keep possession of the football. Elsewhere in the Big East, a little bit of surprise. Nash Central kept it close with Wilson Fike early on. Didn't end up that way, and the Nash Central defense continues to struggle, giving up 56 to Wilson Fike. Want to jump ahead quickly to next week before we wrap this up. Northern Nash goes to Nash Central. What can we expect out of these two teams?
I just haven't seen enough out of Nash Central's defense to feel like they're going to be able to win games in the Big East. I mean, they didn't stop Bund. They gave up over 500 rushing yards to them. They couldn't stop Rocky Mount High last week. They couldn't really stop a Wilson Fike tonight. And I just don't see them stopping Christian Daniels in that night's offense.
Well, if they're going to beat anybody and stop any offense, it's probably going to end up being the Northern Nash offense. But for Foster Lander, I'm Josh Walfish. Thank you for tuning in tonight, and we'll see you Friday morning for your Week 10 preview.